What if I told you the Mona Lisa is famous for all the wrong reasons? It wasn't the smile that made it a global icon, but a shocking crime that changed art history forever. Subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss another incredible story. Yes, you have probably heard about the Mona Lisa, right? That famous small painting that everyone in the world seems to know about. But here is the big question. Why is it so famous? Why does everyone talk about it? And oh, do you know how much it is worth? Let me tell you, the Mona Lisa is literally priceless. Yes, you heard that right. No amount of money in the world could buy it. But why? What is so special about it? Let's go back in time about 500 years to the year 1503. There was a man named Leonardo da Vinci. And oh, this man was not just smart. He was a true genius. The kind of genius you usually only read about in history books. Leonardo wasn't just a painter. Oh no, not at all. He was an engineer, a scientist, an architect, a sculptor, and even a cartographer, a person who makes maps. He studied astronomy, the stars in the sky. He studied anatomy, the human body. He studied botany, which is all about plants, and even paleontology, the study of fossils. I mean, how can one single person know so much about so many things? This man could literally do everything. Now let's talk about the Mona Lisa, the painting that made Leonardo da Vinci the most famous artist in the world. Did you know it took him 14 years to complete this painting? 14 years. Can you imagine that? And here is something even crazier. He spent 12 of those years just painting her lips. Yes, you heard that correctly. 12 whole years focused on her smile. So why did it take so long? Well, the Mona Lisa has this mysterious smile. It's not just a happy smile, and it's not a sad one either. Sometimes when you look at it, it seems like she is smiling very softly. At other times, it looks like she is hiding a secret. Her expression seems to change depending on your own mood and the angle you look at her from. Isn't that wild? Leonardo was obsessed with making her look perfect. He wanted her to look alive, truly alive, and that's why he worked on every tiny detail. Her eyes, her hair, her skin, and especially her lips. People say her smile is like magic because it is so mysterious. But wait, here is the next mystery. Who is the Mona Lisa? The truth is, nobody knows for sure. Some historians say she was a real woman named Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a rich merchant in Florence. Others believe she was just someone Leonardo imagined a woman from his own mind. And here's a very wild theory. Some people think the Mona Lisa is actually a self-portrait of Leonardo himself as a woman. Crazy, right now? Let me give you some interesting details about the painting itself. First, her eyes. Her eyes seem to follow you wherever you go in the room. It feels like she is watching you no matter where you stand. It's a little creepy maybe, but it is definitely cool. Second, the background. If you look very closely, the background of the painting is mysterious too. It is not a real place. It looks more like a dreamy, magical world that came from imagination. And third, her smile. Her smile is the biggest mystery of all. Is she happy? Is she sad? Is she secretive? That's why people call it the most mysterious smile in the world. Now let's talk about one of the most unbelievable events in the history of the Mona Lisa. Let's talk about the time it was stolen. Yes, you heard me right. The Mona Lisa was once taken from its home in the museum. And believe it or not, this theft is actually what made it so incredibly famous. Crazy, isn't it? Let's dive into this story and uncover all the drama behind it. First, let's answer an important question. Why is the Mona Lisa in France and not in Italy? Leonardo da Vinci was Italian, so why didn't he keep his most famous painting in his home country? Well, here is the story. In the last years of his life, Leonardo da Vinci moved from Italy to France. He was invited by the French king Francis III, who deeply admired his work. The king wanted him to live in the royal court. King Francis I gave Leonardo a beautiful home near the Loire Valley, and this is where Leonardo spent his final years. When Leonardo passed away in 1519, the Mona Lisa stayed in France. The French royal family kept it for many years, and later it became part of the Louvre Museum in Paris, where it still is today. Now let's get to the really juicy part, the theft. This happened in the year 1911, over 100 years ago. Back then, the Mona Lisa was just one of many paintings in the Louvre. Of course, it was admired, but it wasn't the worldwide sensation that it is now. So why was it stolen? The thief was a man named Vincenzo Peruggia. He was an Italian handyman who had actually worked at the Louvre. He truly believed the Mona Lisa belonged to Italy, not to France. Peruggia thought the painting had been stolen by the French a long time ago, and he wanted to be the hero who brought it back to his homeland. One morning, Peruggia hid inside a small closet in the museum. When the Louvre was closed and quiet, he sneaked into the room where the Mona Lisa was displayed. He carefully took the painting off the wall, hid it under his white worker's coat, and simply walked out. That's it. There were no alarms ringing, no guards chasing him, nothing. When the news broke that the Mona Lisa was missing, people went crazy. The theft was front-page news all over the world. Even though the painting wasn't super famous before, the mystery of the theft made everyone want to know more about it. What is even stranger is that after the painting was stolen, people started visiting the Louvre just to see the empty space on the wall where it used to hang. Can you imagine that a blank wall was attracting huge crowds of people? For 2 years, the Mona Lisa was missing. No one knew where it was or who had taken it. During this time, many famous people were suspected of stealing it, including the incredible artist Pablo Picasso. Yes, really. But in 1913, Peruggia was finally caught. He was trying to sell the Mona Lisa to an art dealer in Italy. The dealer immediately realized the painting was the real Mona Lisa and called the police. Peruggia was arrested, and the painting was safely returned to the Louvre. Here is the truth: before the theft, the Mona Lisa was not the most famous painting in the world. It was admired by art lovers, but it was not a global icon. However, the theft turned it into a superstar. The story of the stolen painting was so dramatic that newspapers around the world wrote about it for months and months. People became obsessed with the Mona Lisa, with her mysterious smile, her history, and her incredible value. When the painting was finally returned to the Louvre, millions of people came to see it. And it has remained the most visited painting in the world ever since. Now let's talk about money. How much is the Mona Lisa worth? In 1962, the painting was insured for $100 million. When you adjust that for today's money, it would be over $900 million. But the real truth is the Mona Lisa is priceless. No one can buy it, no matter how much money they have. After the theft, the Louvre decided to protect the painting like never before. Today, the Mona Lisa is kept in a special case made of bulletproof glass. This glass also controls the temperature and humidity to keep the painting perfectly safe. You see, the Mona Lisa isn't just famous because of its mysterious smile or its perfect details. It's also famous because of all the stories behind it, the genius who painted it, Leonardo da Vinci, the mystery of the woman's identity, and the dramatic theft that made it world famous. Now that we have talked about the genius Leonardo da Vinci and the incredible theft of the Mona Lisa, it's time to dive even deeper. There is so much more to this painting than just a mysterious smile or a famous crime story. Let me take you on a journey into the secrets, the surprises, and the little-known facts hidden inside the Mona Lisa. Get ready to be amazed, because this part might just blow your mind. Have you ever looked at a painting and felt like the eyes were following you? That is exactly what happens with the Mona Lisa. No matter where you stand, her gaze seems to follow you around the room. But how is that possible? It is because Leonardo da Vinci used a special technique called sfumato, which means soft or smoky in Italian. He blended the colors so smoothly that there are no hard lines or sharp edges. This makes her eyes look incredibly real, almost like she is alive. Some people even say the Mona Lisa knows your secrets because of the way she looks at you. It's a little creepy, isn't it? Now let's talk again about her famous smile. It's not just a smile, it's a living mystery. If you are feeling happy, her smile might look cheerful to you. But if you are feeling a little sad, it might look a bit melancholic. It is like her expression changes based on your own mood. How did Leonardo create this amazing effect? He used light and shadow in such a perfect, delicate way that her expression looks different depending on how you look at her. Some people even call this the Mona Lisa effect. Look closely at the background of the painting. It is not just random hills and rivers. It's almost like a landscape from a dream. The world behind her is mysterious, with winding roads, strange bridges, and water that seems to go nowhere. One very interesting fact is that the two sides of the background do not match. If you look carefully, the landscape on the left side is lower than the landscape on the right. This creates a strange illusion that adds to the painting's mystery. Some people believe the background represents the duality of life, happiness, and sadness, reality, and dreams. Here is where it gets really exciting. Over the years, experts have studied the Mona Lisa using advanced technology like X-rays and special infrared cameras. And guess what? They found some hidden details. For one, they discovered changes in the painting. Leonardo made many changes to the Mona Lisa as he worked on it. For example, there is a hidden layer under her current smile that looks slightly different. It shows he was always trying to make it perfect. Also, some researchers believe they have found tiny letters and numbers hidden in her eyes. These might be Leonardo's initials or some kind of secret code. And have you ever noticed that the Mona Lisa has no eyebrows or eyelashes? Some people think Leonardo left them out on purpose to make her face look more timeless and pure. The Mona Lisa has had a very rough life. Besides being stolen, it has been through wars, revolutions, and even a direct attack. During the French Revolution, the Mona Lisa was moved to a storage room to keep it safe from looters. In World War II, it was hidden away in a secret location to protect it from the Nazis. In 1956, someone threw a rock at the painting, chipping a small part of it. Another person tried to spray paint it, but thankfully was stopped just in time. Because of these events, the Louvre now protects the Mona Lisa with very strong, bulletproof glass. Did you know the Mona Lisa has inspired music movies and even modern internet memes? She has been featured in songs by famous musicians like Nat King Cole and Beyoncé. She has appeared in movies, TV shows, and even cartoons. Her image has been recreated in countless ways, from Lego art to coffee foam designs. This just shows how much the Mona Lisa has become a part of our global culture. Now here is the big question. Why can't people stop talking about the Mona Lisa? It's not just about her beauty or her mysterious smile. It's about the stories, the history, and the deep emotions that are tied to her. The Mona Lisa is more than just a painting. She is a symbol of art mystery and human creativity. Leonardo da Vinci poured his heart and his soul into this masterpiece, and it really shows. Even after 500 years, she still feels alive. That is why millions of people travel to Paris every year just to see her, even if it is only for a few precious seconds. The Mona Lisa is surrounded by mysteries, And over the years, people have come up with some crazy and interesting theories. Let's look at a few. One theory is that the Mona Lisa is a self-portrait of Leonardo. Some experts believe that the painting might actually be Leonardo da Vinci in disguise. When you compare his face to the Mona Lisa's face, there are some interesting similarities. Could it be that he painted himself as a woman to express both his masculine and feminine sides? Another theory asks, who is she really? While many experts agree that the model was probably Lisa Gherardini, some say she could be someone else entirely. A noblewoman, a goddess, or even just an imaginary person that Leonardo created. Some theories suggest she represents the idea of eternal beauty rather than any one individual. And what about hidden codes? Some people think Leonardo left secret messages in the Mona Lisa for future generations to find. They believe symbols in her eyes in the background and even in her clothing have hidden meanings. Could he have left clues about his inventions, his discoveries, or his personal beliefs? Think about this. The Mona Lisa is over 500 years old, but she still feels modern and relevant. Why is that? First, she has a universal appeal. The Mona Lisa's expression captures something we all experience, emotions that are hard to explain. Whether you see happiness, sadness, or mystery in her face, you feel connected to her. She speaks to everyone no matter where you are from or what language you speak. Second, there is Leonardo's genius. Leonardo da Vinci was far ahead of his time. He used science, mathematics, and art together to create something no one had ever seen before. The Mona Lisa isn't just a painting, it is a masterpiece of human achievement. And third, there is her global fame. The Mona Lisa has survived wars, thefts, and attacks, yet she remains one of the most recognized and celebrated pieces of art in the world. Her fame is a testament to the power of art to bring people together. Owning the Mona Lisa would be like owning a piece of human history itself. What makes the Mona Lisa so special is how she inspires millions of people every single year. She is not just a painting hanging in a museum. She is a reminder of what humans can achieve when they dream big. Leonardo da Vinci didn't paint the Mona Lisa for fame or for fortune. He painted her because he loved his craft and wanted to create something truly meaningful. It took him 14 years to perfect this painting, with 12 of those years spent on her lips alone. His incredible dedication shows us the value of patience and hard work. Even though he never got to see how famous his painting would become, his work changed the world forever. The Mona Lisa teaches us something powerful. It teaches us to dream big and never stop learning. Leonardo was not just a painter. He was a scientist, an inventor, and a thinker. He showed us that curiosity and creativity have no limits. It also teaches us to be patient and stay dedicated. The Mona Lisa wasn't created overnight. It took years of hard work and incredible attention to detail. Great things take time, and that's okay. Finally, it teaches us to leave our mark on the world. Like Leonardo, we all have something unique to offer. Whether it's art, music, teaching, or any other passion, our work can inspire others for generations to come. The Mona Lisa isn't just a painting. She is a story, a symbol, and a masterpiece that connects us all. Every time you look at her, you are reminded of the genius of Leonardo da Vinci and the power of art to change the world. As you walk away from this story, ask yourself, what is my version of the Mona Lisa? What can I create that will inspire others? How can I leave my own mark on the world? And that is the grand finale of our Mona Lisa mystery. I hope you loved every second of this journey and learned something new and exciting. Remember, the Mona Lisa is more than just a painting. She is a reminder of what we can all achieve when we dream, work hard, and never, ever give up. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey. Now go out there and create your